Hello, beautiful person watching this. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome to my very first news-related video. I personally am usually not someone who gets super excited about number 2 of a thing that I love being announced. But here in this case, it's looking really good so far. It's looking like there's a lot of the same cards, which I was very happy to see. I do kind of want Slay the Spire still, as I know it, for Slay the Spire 2. But, of course, some new stuff would always be welcome and fun. And so, yeah, it seems like a lot of the cards are staying the same, introducing some new cards, some new characters, and just adding cool new mechanics and all of that. New monsters, new fights, new content. Seems very cool. And the art is looking very cool as well from what I've seen, so that's always exciting. No doubt that Casey and Anthony are going to do a great job. I have complete faith in this team. And so without further ado, let's get into my first news video. So, of course, the art here is very cute for April. They are accepting fan art of Niao. If you are an artist, definitely go ahead and do this. Very cool. But what are the odds that an artist this good is watching my channel right now? If you are, good for you. And here we are with our new teaser, new mechanics in the game. So you see that this enemy here looks like a boss monster is shuffling in some cards in our deck, but they have this affliction on them. So you can see at the bottom, there's that pink text that says lose 1 energy when you play this card. That's actually pretty brutal. Every single time you play a 1-cost card, it basically costs 2 now, if you play any of these cards, but it's not your entire deck. So presumably if this is like farther into the run, it's only hitting 5 cards. And so you kind of just can't play those. And in this case, hitting these exact 5 cards wouldn't be a big deal. Iron Wave, True Grit, Bash, Defend. Those are, assuming you have a deck already, that would be a great result for you, I think, assuming that was the enemy's whole turn. So yeah, seems pretty interesting. And we also have a new card here. Cruelty is popping up. Very cool. So it happens to be down here, so I can scroll past that a bit. And we have Cruelty. 1 energy, rare power. Vulnerable enemies take an additional 25% damage. So the exact same text as Paper Frog, the relic in Slay the Spire 1, but is on a 1-cost power for Ironclad now. And that's really cool. I mean, we've already had this effect in the game. We know how it works. So comfortable playing with it. It's just a matter of, oh, now it's a card you can put in your deck every single time. And this is actually very cool because, as some people have perhaps mentioned already, even from the first just trailer of the game, there's not a lot of the exhaust cards that we've seen so far, and not a lot of draw cards. And so it seems perhaps like they're sort of pushing Ironclad in a bit more of what his identity seems like it would be, which is like do 1 billion damage with attacks kind of guy, as opposed to exhaust your entire deck kind of guy. And so this is leaning into that. It's a rare power, seems pretty pushed for only 1 energy. Could cost 0 upgraded, we don't know that. And yeah, that's a pretty strong effect when you have Shockwave or whatever going on. Definitely cool to have a consistent way to get Paper Frog in your deck. So yeah, seems like a very cool mechanic. This art seems amazing as well. I mean, look how cool Ironclad looks. And look at this monster. Oh my god, it's beautiful. And then the background is like, it's just everything's looking crispy. Very cool art. And yeah, it's obviously the animations are going to be much more elaborate in this game than they were in the first game, so that's very cool as well. But doesn't seem over the top or anything. So I'm loving what I'm seeing all around here. And now we have some less interesting stuff for probably most people. If you're just looking for what the new mechanic is, then that's that. But we have some other news here. So this is Spire spotting. Seems they released this mystery creature. Who's that Pokemon? And they wanted people to draw what they think it looks like. Here is the first one. This is the joke one that they chose. It basically is just the Ironclad, except as a monster. And it's very cute and funny. So of course it gets selected. Excellent choice. And then here is the winner of the most accurate. So here's what the silhouette looks like again. And then this is the winner of closest in accuracy according to the devs. And then here's a bunch of runner-ups as well. Make sure to show all these. Very cute, very cool. Here's the Grumpy Demon. It's actually named for whatever reason. Shout out to this artist. This one looks cool as well. This is interesting. It's like the eyes are down here. Oh, so yeah, those are very cool. Well done. And here is the actual monster, what it looks like in game. So this is our new guy. It's a spiny toad monster, looking kind of like jawwormish to me. Probably just gonna beat you up. And here's again the winner. So this is very cool and close. Like, this is basically the exact same thing, actually. That is wild how close they were. That's very, very well done. And we have a new enemy coming up, so it looks like people are going to submit art for this one as well to see what that looks like. This one seems a bit more straightforward than the other one, I think. Looks like a bug. But maybe it's actually like a bird. Kind of like Book of Stabbing, where it's like a book that's also stabbing. It's gonna be like a weird robot thing with a beak or something. This looks like a beak for sure, so big bird vibe with the little talon on the end here. This is gonna have some very cool art, actually. I like it. All right, and of course the Q&A, it's always exciting. First question is not quite related to Slay the Spire 2, but I loved your desk mats you guys released. I was wondering where we can expect more Slay the Spire merch in the future. Casey responds, the desk mat is sold independently by our background and key art illustrator for Slay the Spire. In general, we're doing considerably more merch as we have a larger team, but it'll likely ramp up after early access begins. So very cool. I'm actually definitely going to buy some Slay the Spire merch. I would love to have a Slay the Spire shirt, which I don't have somehow, if that exists. But if there's good, comfy clothes with Slay the Spire stuff on them, I'll be buying it for sure. Probably will be very happy to wear that. And we got another one here. Hope the dev cycle's going well. Very kind. I have a question about game balancing and design philosophy in Slay the Spire. In the patch notes, you say that random temporary card generation like Dead Branch and Distraction, very interesting choices there, cannot generate healing cards. How does Alchemize fit into this? Casey responds, Alchemize, a card which generates potions, can be duplicated with Nightmare, which can duplicate itself with Nightmares if you have 2, and then players can farm for infinite fruit juice if a combat will be stalled. And basically they say that they are trying to decentivize repetitive cards, so playing the same card over and over. There are several things like this in the game. Creative AI for Defect cannot generate self-repair, and Exhume cannot get back Exhume, so you cannot generate infinite block that way. So yeah, a lot of stuff like that. They have some hidden rules that make the game a lot more enjoyable. It's like you don't even really think about it, and then like the one time you realize it's possible, it doesn't let you, and you're like, oh, okay, good. Because otherwise you just have to sit there. If you wanted to play optimally, you would just have to literally sit there every fight and like go to full health with fruit juice or whatever, and farm self-repair, gain infinite block with. That's probably just overpowered the Exhume thing, but you know, same spirit. It's definitely very clear at this point, after all the time of Slay the Spire 1, why you can't generate like meta scaling stuff with cards like that. Why is Deca called Deca if it is clearly an octahedron, not a decahedron? Casey says, I like being wrong on purpose sometimes. And yeah, basically he just wanted it to be a shape. Doesn't matter how many sides it has, and then the other one's Donu, so Donu and Deca just sounds so good, and he says, I'd rather things be memorable than right. Incredibly based response, to be honest. And then we have, if Slime Boss is green and splits into a green slime and a gray slime, where does the gray slime come from? Casey responds, our organs are red, so maybe the Slime Boss's organs are gray. I don't know, I just transcribe what the Spire asks me to. Not even he knows. I was wondering if the face trader will be in Slay the Spire 2. If so, will there be interesting new faces to acquire? And will trading faces change the appearance of your character this time? That's actually a great question. A feature I felt should have been present in the original. I also found the face trader's appearance to be terrifying, yet strangely alluring. I think I need help. Casey responds, you don't need help. I think masks are quite an engrossing concept. In fact, I've been drawing masked figures since I can remember. A long time ago, I was fascinated by an artist named R.S. Conant. He had a lot of psychedelic, disturbing, and beautiful paintings accompanied by stories of house fires, drugs, and trauma. I forget which painting now, but one had a deep fascination with masks, and I too drew many masked figures since. Here's a 20-plus-year-old drawing titled maskman5.jpg. The character feels kinda similar. As for interesting faces to acquire, not sure yet. We're still making more and more events and new mysteries every day, so completely dodging the question and didn't answer anything at all about whether the mask will actually change the appearance of the character. Probably something they hope to fit in, but definitely don't want to promise it because it's like really not important at all, but it would be cool. If they can squeeze it in, that'd be a very cute little sprinkle of love there for sure. Will the Ascension mode be the same as that in Slay the Spire, or will it still be 20 levels of Ascension, perhaps more? Are the effects of each level of Ascension the same as before? That is such a good question. I've been wondering the same thing. Is it going to be Ascension 20 still, or are the downsides going to be the exact same? How different is the game going to be? I really want to know that. He says, first of all, it's always exciting to receive fan mail from outside the US. I'm happy to see global participation in our CNA. Thank you so much. Ascensions will be available from early access, and it'll be seeing some changes. It's important to ease players into the difficult world of Slay the Spire. However, whether or not we'll make tweaks or add more levels during early access remains to be seen. So yes, it will be seeing some changes, is very clear language there. It will not be the same downsides as the Ascensions in Slay the Spire 1. Some changes though. Perhaps some will be the same, some will be different. But yeah, the thing about Slay the Spire 1 is those downsides are very, very clean. There's a couple that are like whatever, like, you know, monsters hit harder, monsters are tankier, but they also relatively harmlessly add difficulty. Very curious if the Ascender's Bane will still be in the game, the curse on Ascension 10. That is definitely a controversial one. And I'm okay with it being in the game, but would be nice to not have to draw a curse in every single run of Slay the Spire I play, every single fight. So it'll be a win-win. Either it's the same and I like it because it's still the same, or it's different and it's better, I suppose. And next we have, can we see a new relic, but don't explain anything about it? And here we have some art of a new relic. Very strange looking, kind of gives me a Silent vibe. Looks like a poisonous sort of like landmine thing. It basically gives me the vibe that Noxious Fumes gives me. Not sure if that means anything. Could be a poison related relic. Pretty cool. Maybe it's like the first time you get attacked, apply some poison. That's my guess right now. We'll see how accurate that was in hindsight. And then, so now that's the end of Casey's questions, or answers. We have some Anthony answers now. Does the Transient like to play chess? No. Does Silent have a better starter deck? No. That's fascinating. Just straight no. It's the exact same deck. So what this person means, by the way, Silent has the worst starter deck because it has the most basic cards. The Silent has like 10 basics and then 2 other basics that are like not strikes and defense. So it's 12 cards. But obviously, I mean, the game is relatively well balanced with Silent having that starter deck, so there's clearly some reason that she has that many cards. And it seems that they have not taken that back. Silent will be the same level of bad on floor 0 as she was before, probably. Other things to consider for sure other than the exact cards in the deck, but that's what it sounds like at least. And we have Merch Madness. You can now live your dream of snuggling up with the Silent or celebrate the year of the Snecko with these brand new limited edition plushies from U2's. Just look at them, just a couple of green sneaky friends. Pre-order them today here. Oh, they're shirts like I was talking about. That's very cool. That one on the left, actually they're both awesome. The one on the right is really cool as well. I like the colors a lot. Backed by popular demand, Fan Gamer is relaunching their Slay the Spire collection, including 2 very cool tees and a cute cultist pin, which actually moves its arms. Your power is sure to be unmatched with this little guy upon your plumage. Oh, it's like a game announcement thing? I see. Indie reveals type thing. I definitely am not in the know here. I just play Slay the Spire and not other indie games, so apologies indie game fans. But yeah, apparently they were featured in this III thing. Very cool. 174,000 views, so people watch it. If you're into that, go check that out. And we have the create groups of 4. The last one was so tricky. I could not get it at all. So let's do this. This is fun. I love these. Let's go back in a moment here. So we've got Community Corner. First of all, we'd like to highlight some of the runner-ups for this month's cover image. Oh, this is instead of the one at the very top. These are the runner-ups for that. Very cool. This one's funny as well. And this one's playing with the bird facer, and that's very cute as well. Okay, these are all... God, that's cute. This one not making is actually like a tragedy. This would have fit right in. This one as well. These are so good. This one as well. And this one. But they're all good, of course. That's why they're here. So shout out to the artists. For the rest of the community highlights, we have... Choose Your Own Ascension. You're the chosen one. Ascend through 20 possible endings. Choose Your Own Ascension series. Not sure what that is. That's okay. I hope you enjoyed that news video. And now if you're interested in how I do in the connections game, feel free to stick around for the end here. We did it. All right, so we've got Giria, Threadneedle, Courier, Happy Flower, a bunch of relics already. Golden Idol, Wreath of Flame, Wristblade, Accuracy. Wristblade, Accuracy have to go together, surely. But that might be a bit too obvious. Akabeko, Matryoshka, Mawbank, so many relics. Wish is here. Okay, so Meal Ticket, Mawbank could go with shops. Courier can also go with shops. Golden Idol can also go with shops, gold related. But Ceramic Fish, Golden Idol are like a combo. There's like things around the house. Giria, Threadneedle, Flower. So just staring at this for a bit. Are there any other ones that heal you? Ornithopter, Eternal Feather heal you. Meal Ticket heals you. Any fourth healing one? Wreath of Flame. What is this doing here? There's no fourth healing relic. Matryoshka is a thing that's like doesn't give you any immediate impact. Wish can gain you gold. Ceramic Fish, Wish, Mawbank. Is there a fourth thing that gives gold? This saves you gold. Golden Idol gives you gold. Submit. Okay, items that can grant gold. Got 4 down. So Happy Flowers in every 3 turns is a common relic. Akabeko's a common relic. Ornithopter's a common relic. Is Feather a common relic? I should know that. Meal Ticket's a common relic. Common relics? Right? I think Meal Ticket's a common relic. Happy Flower. Akabeko. Submit. Oh. Meal Ticket might not be a common relic. So the problem with this is I'm only thinking about game mechanic stuff, and I need to think more creatively outside the box than that. Like Wreath could be like a decoration. Flower could be a decoration. Threadneedle gives block. Nothing else is really giving block. What even? Giria is just a weight, right? This is a mouse. God, this is actually hard. The last one was so brutal, and this one is also brutal. This increases damage, this increases damage, this increases damage, this increases damage. Let's try that. God, that's so bad. 1 away, it says. So 3 of these are together, in fact. Wreath of Flame instead of what? Giria, I guess? Okay. Without strength. Okay. Getting there. Did the other one say 1 away also? I didn't actually notice that. It has to be something more creative. These are like the in-game mechanic ones, and then the last time there were also like... These are like Valentine's Day related things or whatever, you know? It's very sad that I can't figure this out. I'm just gonna try something. Let's do these 3 to see if I'm right about the healing thing, and then maybe Threadneedle gives you health, arguably. Oh no, Eternal Feather. Wait a second. Oh, that's Happy Flower. That's the automatic. Okay. And then it's obviously not that. There's no 4th healing one. I just have to go for it. This is the best I'm doing. We'll see what the answers were. These sound like they go together. Not even close. Okay, we have emoticon-like faces on them. I see. Okay. I didn't know Meal Ticket had a face on it till right now, to be honest. Never would have gotten there. And then relics that a cat might typically try to play with. There's a mouse relic. There's a feather. Not sure I followed that one. Thread and needle. Sure. And toy ornithopter. Sure. This is actually disgusting. I would never, ever, ever get there. Like, and here's the thing about these games, though, is you only need to get 3 of them, and then the last 4 are free. So the cat one is definitely the hardest to understand. Like, could have gotten there with the faces for sure if I knew that about Meal Ticket, and then just guess the last 4. But yeah, that was fun. And of course, the news is very cool. So hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a beautiful day.